Welcome back to the News Journal and Delaware Online's Phillies blog for today, Tuesday, February 24th. We are at Bright House Field, and we are now less than 24 hours from the Phillies' first spring training game. That'll be tomorrow down in Bradenton against the Pirates. We do have a lineup already for that game, and it's pretty much all the regulars, all except Jason Worth, are making the trip down to Bradenton tomorrow. So Jimmy Rollins will be leading off, and Ryan Howard will be batting cleanup. Most of the usual suspects that you'll see throughout the season. But today, on the eve, I guess you could say, of the Grapefruit League season, I wanted to discuss a few things to watch. We're going to talk about 4 things to watch as the Phillies get set to open up their spring training slate. Number 1 is obviously the 5th starter competition, and that's probably the most interesting one. We've talked about that here on the video, and we've also talked about that in the News Journal and on the blog. So I'll just quickly say it's a 4-way competition. Kyle Kendrick, Jay Happ, Carlos Carrasco, and Chan-Ho Park, each of them bringing a little something different than the other one, and that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. That's kind of tied to number 2, which is the bullpen situation. Depending on how the 5th starter spot shakes out, the Phillies could have 1 or 2 jobs available in their bullpen. One could go to Chan-Ho Park if he doesn't win the job, or Jay Happ if he doesn't win the starting job, or perhaps even Kyle Kendrick. But there are some other pitchers, some non-roster invitees like Gary Majeski and Mike Koplov and Blaine Neal, who we're going to keep an eye on because they've got major league experience and have a chance to win a job on this team if things break right for them. The third thing is the backup catcher position. Ronnie Paulino is the newcomer, Chris Coste is the incumbent, and they're going to be battling it out to see who is the backup catcher on this team. Now, the loser of that job could end up filling a right-handed spot on the bench. Now, the Phillies do need another right-handed pinch hitter. That's the 4th thing that we want to watch for in spring training, is the bench situation. Now, Coste could fill that role. He's been a good pinch hitter in the past. But we're also going to be keeping close eye on several players like Marcus Giles and Pablo Ozuna and Miguel Cairo and the big power-hitting outfielder John Mayberry. They're all right-handed hitters, and they all have a chance to earn a spot on this team if, in fact, the Phillies decide to go that route. So a lot of players we're going to be watching here, and they're not all the ones you would think. So we all get started tomorrow. Jamie Moyer and Joe Blanton will pitch for the Phillies, and Jimmy Rollins will be the first batter of the spring tomorrow at McKechnie Field in Bradenton. Check back tomorrow for more. For now, for the News Journal and for DelawareOnline.com, I'm Scott Lauber.